Good morning, good morning. What's going on with your kings and queens? I don't know if you can hear me now. What's going on? I want to chime in real quick. I was sitting there trying not to give a message and trying not to say anything today, even though it's Sunday. I should be saying something. But I just kind of been meditating, trying to do some self bettering. But having a conversation with my wife, and I just had Spirit just talk to me and said something that I just can't shake. So I'm gonna give y'all this one real quick. Hopefully, I can get this out and not have y'all holding too long. Try to get this full message, but the Spirit just gave me this morning. It said, "Watch your mouth," and it sounds so aggressive when you hear it. When you hear it, watch your mouth. It sounds like, someone's being mean or whatever. But in reality, what God is saying about watch your mouth and what the Spirit was telling me this morning was we have a habit of saying things. We have a habit of talking about stuff and mentioning stuff. And I don't think we pay attention to it. I think we get caught up in what we feel right now and we let it come out. But it wasn't really on that level. The picture that God gave me was so crazy, but it was so real. Excuse me. But he gave me a picture of a homeless person. And when he gave me that picture, he gave me also a word that we use a lot. And I think we go through our day and the first thing we say when we look at the time is, man, the day going by too fast. And I never took that word as strong as I do now. But what God told me and he showed me was, how do you think someone homeless that don't have anything, do you think they say this day is going by too fast? Or do you think they saying this day is not going by fast enough? That's something that really it resonated with me and it stuck in my heart because I'm trying to figure that out. Like, man, do we really sit down and think about when we say certain things? You know what I'm saying? He started showing me a lot of things that we might say about stuff we have. We have certain things and we feel like it's not enough. See, every time I chime in, man, I'm definitely trying to show you what God is really saying. Like I even overlook these things because I don't really pay attention to them the way that I should. And I don't think none of us pay attention to them like we should. A lot of us don't pay attention to being in a content stage because we was taught not to be content where we are. We was taught not to just settle. But it's not about settling. Let's be real. Settling is when you decide, I'm not going to do anything, period. I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to wait for life to happen for me. No, that's settling. But when you are grateful for the things you have, when you are knowledgeable about what God is really giving you and understanding that everything you got is not going to last. And that's in two different ways. It's not going to last if you think that you can't lose anything. That's the bad way. The good way is it's not going to last because God has more for you. And sometimes what I've noticed was God will put you in a place that's kind of like that between that hard rock. You know what I'm saying? And you have to deal with the pressures and all that. But he still bless you with stuff to get you through it. And that's the key. God will give us something to get us through it. You know what I'm saying? But we don't watch our mouths and we don't take hold to the words that's coming out of our mouths. And we get so caught up in our emotions and our feelings. And first thing come out is, I ain't happy with where I'm at. Man, I ain't got what I want. Or I wish I had that. I wish I had that person's life. I wish I had this person's life. Like all of that stuff, man, will mess you up. Because you can think that you wish you had somebody's life, but you don't know what's really in that person's life. You see the stuff. Man, there's more rich people out here that's struggling emotionally, mentally. Nah, they got it financially. But that's why you hear people, some people that how I want to say this, that didn't choose to come up in the quote unquote hoods, you know, in the urban areas or whatever you want to call it, you know, to make it, to dress it up. A lot of people didn't choose to come up in that stuff. But when you sit and you really listen to some of those people and some of us, I'm gonna say us because I was one of those people. I ain't rich by none, but I'm better than what I was. I'm better than what I was brought into this world at. But I understood something even when I was there. I didn't take for granted having, you know, the basics, having a sandwich and some chips, you know, and a soda. I didn't take that stuff for granted. I really enjoyed that. I really understood it because what it taught me was love. Because even though you go to an auntie house or someone that people might look down on, that person was giving you everything you need, all the necessities. But the biggest thing that person gave you was love. You know what I'm saying? So you got to learn that as you're going through what you're going through, God is still giving you love. He's still pressing, you know, his love on you, even though he's allowing you to go through some things. The bad stuff you're going through is just there to teach you. It's there to make you stronger. It's there to strengthen you, put you in a whole different position mentally. Because if your mental is off, your financials can be to the ceiling. You still gonna fail. And I hate to say it like that, but that's the reality. You're gonna fail because you steady relying on your finances. Something God is showing me personally. He's removing so much stuff I'm used to. And just allowing me to really enjoy him. And what it was he's giving me a quiet storm. Even though I'm going through it, man, it's so quiet. I don't hear it. I don't hear the wind beating up against stuff. I see it. Only thing I hear is God talking to me. And he's saying, chill out for a minute. Watch me. See what I'm about to do. Like all these little things that God is putting in place. Man, when I say it's blowing my mind and it's giving me something to look forward to. Somebody can say, I'm going to give you $1 million tomorrow. Yeah, you look forward to it. But you know what's the next thing going to come out is I'm going to buy this. I'm going to get this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But when God said, wait on me, all you doing is trying to figure it out. And that's the good thing about God. See, when you get money and all those things that you can make plans with, you lose your mind. But see, the thing is, God is worth more than that stuff. But we don't do that. We don't think about when God said, I got you. Hold on, I'm coming. I'll be there in a minute. We don't sit down and be like, whoo, boy, when God get here, I'm finna ball out. Boy, I'm about to get it. And we miss the mark because we too busy saying things. We don't watch our mouth. We don't focus on what we say. We don't focus on what we do. Because, see, action comes from a thought. The thought comes from words. Those words that come out, ridiculous. They'll hurt you. But we got to focus. We got to have our mind where it needs to be. So I really had to get that out, man. Because I didn't get it. I really didn't get it. I really didn't understand how precious that is when you saying something and how much it can affect your future. And when I say your future, I mean your near future. See, people think future, you be like, oh, well, 10 years from now or a year from now. No, man, like 10 seconds from now. What comes out your mouth can hurt you immediately. So God said, watch your mouth. Because you might be feeling some type of way. It's cool. I can't stop you from thinking. But I can't stop you from opening your mouth and saying something that might hurt you. Because it ain't the fact that you said it. See, the problem with the thought stays inside. And you can work it out. You can fix it. But once you say something out your mouth, you don't know who's there to catch it. And it can be the wrong person to catch it. And when I say the wrong person, man, I don't mean negative people or whatever. I mean the wrong person, man. Somebody might have been going through it and they just was waiting on that one negative thing to come out of somewhere. You just happen to be the vessel. And they just like, I'm just going to end it all. I don't want to do this no more. But if I hear one more negative thing and you just walk up, man, nah. They like, that's what I needed to hear. And then you hear them people gone. Or you hear they hurt themselves. And if you paying attention to it and you notice it, man, you got to live with that. Because it can be somebody that you really love. It can be somebody that really look up to you. So God is really saying today, watch your mouth. Watch what comes out your mouth. You got people in high powers, right, in high places right now that have leadership, man, won't watch their mouth. And when I ain't talking about just spiritual, I ain't talking about just church. I'm talking about period. People don't watch their mouth because they feel like they got the freedom to say what they want to say. You do. But you also allow your freedom to imprison somebody else's life. Watch what you say, man. Because you can say something to your kids and it destroy them. And it goes the other way around too. Your kids can say something to you and it destroy you. So it don't stop, bro. This is the real world that we living in. We got to get it together. You know what I'm saying? We really got to get it together. We got to focus on what comes out of our mouth, how we allow it to come out. But today, I hope it really just opened up a pattern, you know, and open up a spot in your mind that you sit down and you think and say, man, what am I saying? You know, that's the key thing. Like, man, that's the what am I saying? What's coming out of my mouth? What do I allow to just shoot out my mouth and I don't even think about it? Because I'm not thinking about who's going to receive it. I just think about I got it off of me. Like they said, man, bad words is like cancer. Don't pass it on. I'm telling you, don't pass it on. Because a lot of people out here don't need no more sickness. We already going through enough in this world. And I mean mentally, man. A lot of people are really struggling because they can't find their way. Don't be part of that problem. So today, hopefully y'all have your mind right. If not, get it right, please. Focus on where we need to be. Focus on where you need to be. Because I'm telling you, you are a big part of your family. Your bloodline might be watching you. That you might be the best thing coming out your bloodline, but you just got those one. It can be that one time. You can be the most positive cat, most positive female, whatever. And you allow that one day to just, you know. And we see it a lot. We've seen it a lot. People screw themselves up and screw their life up over one bad decision. And it's because of what comes out your mouth. We speaking off emotions. We got to stop that. Trust me. When I say we, I'm going to keep saying the word we when I say something to y'all because it's me too. I had the biggest problem with my anger. I'm learning how to fix that. And when I get angry like everybody else or like a lot of people, I ain't going to say everybody else, but a lot of people, you get angry, words come out. You don't watch them. You don't care what comes out. It's out. That ain't cool. But today, hopefully, will be like a break on that. You know what I'm saying? On that thinking. And we move forward. We got a lot of people to grow. We got a lot of people to build up. We got a lot of things to grow in our lives. And we got a lot of walls to knock down. We got a lot to do, man. Stay focused. As always, you know what I say, man. Keep your head on the swivel. Negativity is out there. Can't go around it. You got to go through it. But as you go through it, keep your mind right. Stay focused on where you are and focus on what you say. Today, watch your mouth. Real talk. Y'all know what it is. Always 100 strong on. Y'all be easy out there. All right.